Ooh, recording in progress. Welcome to the Poundcast. Today we have a one-on-one, classic one-on-one with me and Brent.
Yeah, it's a pretty epic episode, I would
It's a very
say,
special Poundcast today.
because it's also not only is it somewhat personal, but also it's long.
Well, because I was talking about personal stuff, and then I thought I got to get in some funny stuff at the end. So I got it all. We got it all in there, and then the After Dark is good too.
It's
So if
long too. I mean, they're both
yeah,
long.
so if you want to listen to the full episode with the After Dark portion, which is a bonus extended version, go to patreon.com/poundcast, and that will support us and help us to keep doing this show. And then also you get extra Poundcast content.
Well, you get video of the After Dark
And
and
you get
After
the
Dark.
and you get the After Dark. Anyway.
Yeah. It's but yeah, there's some funny stuff, there's some personal stuff, there's some good idea. We got some new ideas and
Of course
stuff.
we got some new ideas. We talk about ninjas.
Ninjas and stones and all kinds of things.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
you're
the
gonna
gallstones. We
you
talk
don't
about
you don't you don't want to miss
yeah,
this.
I'm not gonna spoil it. You don't want to miss this.
Now, this episode, like all our episodes, is also brought to you in part by Louisville Vegan Jerky, Louisville Vegan Foods, which you can find their products at louisvilleveganfoods.com.
That's right, Brent. They are our proud sponsor. And they've been with us for a while. So check them out. At least go to louisvilleveganfoods.com, check it out. And if you like what you see, you're going to like what you taste, because you can get 20% off by using the code word Poundcast, and then it'll get 20% off your entire order.
Under 50 bucks, 50 bucks. Now, isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice?
Do you remember that commercial?
What is that?
The fun is back. Oh, yes, sirree. It's the 2600 from Atari. It's a
Oh,
video
nice.
system with high six floors, with space invaders and cars that roar.
They had a wrap
Really?
for the Atari 2600.
Yeah, it was under 50 bucks, 50 bucks. Now, isn't that nice? The fun is back.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
That's a good deal, but 20% off at Louisville Vegan Foods is kind of almost a better deal, you know.
Well, and also that will probably be under 50 bucks too.
Easily. Yeah, so louisvilleveganfoods.com. You can also check out Louisville Vegan Jerky at your local store. Many stores carry it. It's a great snack for the summer. I just booked a campsite in August, and I'll be stocking my Yeti cooler, even though it doesn't need to be refrigerated. Or here, check this out. Okay, for the audio listeners, this is boring, but when I was a kid, I had this exact, it's like a basket. It's kind of like a metal picnic basket.
But it looked like wood.
Yeah, but you know when you're a kid, you have like an item. I was at a vintage store, and I was like, I had like a flashback. I was like, oh my God, that's from my childhood. It's a really cute, and look at this. It came, well, I have a cutting board in here. This is where I'll be putting my Louisville Vegan Jerky. But it came with newspaper from 1976.
Whoa,
Like
really?
lining the bottom. Isn't that wild?
Oh, that's cool.
So the
Pick a
newspaper
story.
stays. The newspaper, isn't that neat?
Pick a story from there real quick.
It's like the classifieds. Let's see what we got.
Pick an
here.
ad.
Typist, excellent typing skills required, along with ability to coordinate and oversee typing of technical report texts from first to final draft printing.
Oh, that's
Let's
great.
see what else we got. Don't be confused. Rentex, the nation's leader in house and apartment rentals. All kinds of stuff here.
Oh, that's neat.
Trying to figure out what.
It's neat
This is
that
the
they're looking
San
for
Jose
typists.
Mercury from April 14th, 1976.
It's great.
Isn't that cool? Anyway, this is I had I had a childhood flashback when I saw this. I had to get it, and this is where I keep my Louisville vegan jerky when I go camping. Look at this.
You know what?
This is like something out of like Yogi Bear. This is like your classic picnic basket right here.
It's a great sort of piece of history right there. And you know what? Louisville vegan jerky has a shelf life of 9 months. So, you know, if you're at 8.5 months, that's kind of a piece of history that you can put in your mouth and eat and digest. Right. And
you know what I paid for that thing? $10.
There you go, man. Hey, those are 1970s prices.
I like good deals. And you know LouisvilleVeganFoods.com, use the code Poundcast is a good deal, just like my picnic basket. Now, let's get to the episode, Brent.
Let's get to the episode.
First, we have a remix.
Oh, but real quick, there's a YouTube channel as well for the Poundcast. It's the Poundcast on YouTube. Just look for it, and there's video of the main episode there if you're interested in that. If you want to see that what that picnic basket looks like, for example. Now.
Yeah.
Yes.
YouTube.com/the Poundcast. You can you can check out what the basket looks like if you want.
And now, as for the remix.
Yeah, so we do I made a theme song that I played once, and I put the stems on the Patreon page, and our patrons have been remixing it week after week. And who do we got this week, Brent?
They just pour in. We have Mojib.
Okay. How do you spell that?
Mojib.
Mojib.
And this one's called Mojib or Mojib. I think Mojib. This one's called the Poundcast Mojib Remix. And that's what we're gonna hear.
All right, let's roll the clip, and then we'll get right into the one-on-one featuring Brent Weinbach.
Featuring Doug Lusenhop.
Roll the clip.
Let's go.
Doug and Brent talking to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about? To Doug and Brent are talking to some pimples. Doug and Brent will talk to their friends, and Doug and Brent talking on the Poundcast. Welcome to the Poundcast, Brent. Today it's a one-on-one. For those of you watching the video, paying attention, you'll notice that the wall project is complete. The wall has been patched up, painted, and there's a piece of art that I got at a vintage store up there. So, you know, got my wall. My house project is pretty much done.
You got your wall looking clean, and you got your mustache looking thick. It's looking thick today.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's just kind of an experiment. Most people don't notice it because it's like my hair is the color of my flesh. So I kind of like how it looks from the side. Kind of changes my profile.
You should just walk around like that. You should walk around with just looking to the side all the time.
It's like if I go to say hi to someone at a party, I'll go up to you at the party. Ready, Brent?
Yeah.
What's up, Brent?
No, or it's more like this. You just go up to. You
gotta like approach like this.
Oh, hey, Doug.
Oh, hey, Brent.
Wait, are you? Yeah. Are you talking to me, or are you looking over? Oh, are you looking at something? So, do you want me to look over there? Do you want me to look over there? Or?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, yeah, I'm all right.
But that would be weird if somebody can't look at you in the eye, and they can't even just look off a little bit. They have to be fully sideways to talk to you.
It looks like they're just not interested in talking to you at all. You know, it just looks like they're.
I do that all the time at parties or whatever.
Yeah, we've talked about this in the podcast.
I look off, you know, at when there's a lot of things to look at, and people think they always go like
oh, are you looking for somebody more important to talk to?
No, I'm not even looking at anything. It's just like, I don't know. I guess I don't feel that comfortable locking eyes.
Well,
That's just my natural. I'm fully paying attention. I'm not blowing anyone off. I just sometimes I have to remind myself to like stay engaged with the eye contact, so people don't think I'm. What if I'm like this? Yeah, it's
what
like
if
I
we
don't like when people do that to me when I'm talking to them and they're just fully staring
I
into my
no, I'm
soul.
I'm down with it. I just, the thing about it
But
for
there
me,
has to be a healthy balance of like, yeah, and like kind of like bounce into the eyes and then bounce into
well,
the side
I,
and then
I get it when somebody's fully engaged. It's just the reason I might look around a little bit at a party is because there's a lot of things
checking
going
out the
on.
scene, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot you kind of want to soak in the scene, and it's not anything against the person you're talking to. It's just, there's a lot to look at, and you could look at it together.
And yeah, and the
A
thing
lot of
is,
people
I have
watching.
to remind the people that I'm talking to that I'm fully paying attention. Like, I think I might have, did I mention this before? I heard this study that like women like to face each other if they go out to eat or something, but men like to like both stare off. It's like when they're hanging out, they don't like to be
That's
like face to
interesting.
face. They're more like they would sit at a bar or something. You know what I mean? Where they're both
I
looking out.
mean, yeah, I've
That's
done
just
both.
like a
I've been with friends of mine, but I've done this with, it doesn't matter the gender, but we've sat on both sides of the same side of the table, so we can kind of look out.
I like that. I
I
like that
like that.
even if it's like a girlfriend or
Y-
something.
y- Yeah, same here.
Also,
Same
you're
here.
sitting next to them and you can kind of
You can get close.
get close.
You can feel that
You
body
can
heat.
maybe you feel some body heat, touch the thigh.
You can go thigh to thigh. Last one-on-one, we went cheeks to cheeks. Now we'll go thigh to thigh. But the but I also do like, I like being directly across too, and being direct. I like that style too. Just
I
boom, one
think
on one.
you're great one on one, but I have some friends that like they stare at me too much and I feel like they're staring at me. They're not like when you stare at someone's eyes, it's almost like they're not. It's almost like to me that's when they're not listening to me. Is when
Uh,
they're like, or when they do this. When like say we're talking and I'm going like this to you.
what are you
Like look
doing?
at. I hate when people look at my mouth. They're like,
Oh, you're looking at my mouth.
I mean, I'm not. I'm trying to. The camera's here. I'm mimicking someone. I don't like when people look at my mouth. It's like then I'm like, what's wrong with my mouth? Is there
Well,
just
to me, the focus is your stash right now. I'm kind of, that's what is drawing my eyes right
I know
now.
I got to get rid of the stash because I don't want anyone to look at me in the
You know
mouth.
what, dude? Cut the stash. Cut it. Cut the stash.
I kind of liked it for a second. I'll cut it. You're right. I'm gonna cut
Well,
it.
it is getting a bit long, I will
It's kind of
say.
gross. It's like
Well, it does look a little bit like a centipede or
I don't
something.
have human hair. I have horse hair. It's like thick ropes. It's not like
I mean, you kind of look cool. I mean, I'm trying to think if I
it's
can
like a
make it look.
brush.
I'm
It's
trying to think if it
it's
looks kind of cool or really cool.
it's not that good.
Well, no,
So
I,
my
I
hair
mean,
is messed up too because I had my hat. I woke
actually,
up and I put on a
no.
hat, and now it's like
I got an idea for you, Doug. How about part your hair in the middle?
I know,
You know
right?
what I mean? And then you could look like some sort of, you know, 1800s kind of guy, so, well, that's a little to the side where your part right now. You want to go more
Right,
in the
right
middle.
down the middle.
Yeah, and you could be Doc Doug or something
Yeah, but
like
look
that.
at those wings I have.
Actually, this is kind of working, even sticking out like that. You look like a character right now. You look like some kind of character actor. But you also look like you could maybe be in, the Old West or something.
Yeah, I got the stash. I got the middle. Here we go. Right down the middle.
Yeah, I could see you building some sort of robot in the 1800s. You know what I mean? Some sort of cowboy robot or something.
Uh-huh.
You're an inventor in 1880 or 1870. No, 1880. Let's say you're an inventor in 1880, and you built
Or I
this.
can just, I could just kind of go like, I could be this guy.
That's kind of different.
Yeah, I just kind of go back.
Do you think you're forever young?
I don't think so. I think sooner or later I'm gonna be old. I'm a lot younger at my age than many of my peers in my age group. Trust me, Brent.
By the way, I like eye contact. I mean, I don't. I'm down with eye contact. By the way.
I like eye contact. I'm saying when they're staring and they don't even. I guess I have like one friend or maybe two that kind of like you're talking to them. Maybe it's the face they make, and then there's no blinking, and they're just sort of like
Oh, they just seem like kind of vegetable.
they go vegetable, and they're almost like I said, it's like distracting when they don't. When you talk to someone, you kind of look at them and you kind of bounce back, and you're like, and you're kind of like this, and it's the tractor beam lock of the eye contact.
Well,
There's
look,
something about it, it's a primal thing.
do you like it if
Almost
it's a
like
girl?
when you look at a mean dog and you can't like look at an animal. I get that little bit of a primate, like it's almost like it's something about it is like aggressive.
What about a girl? Do you like a girl to lock eyes with you?
Like lips.
Not eyes, though.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
All I'm saying, I'm repeating myself. It's the unblinking stare,
Vegetable. You just think that
vegetable stare. Yeah,
it's the vegetable stare. Okay, got it. I
yeah.
got
I
it.
don't want the vegetable stare. Like I'm being studied.
Ooh, I should have muted my mic.
Oh, I like that. You just muted your video for that sneeze.
Ooh, I should have muted the mic though too. I should have muted the whole thing.
Um, oh, how you been, Brent?
Oh, great. No, I'm good. I've been all right. I've been did a few shows last week, and
Okay, that's cool.
those were cool. Outdoor shows, and what else? I mean, yeah, man, I'm cool. And whatever. Slowly just doing things. I've been, went to the dry cleaners. Got my clothes cleaned
Dry
after.
cleaners or the tri cleaners?
Yeah, the tri cleaners. They
Sound
try
like
to.
you sound like you went to the tri cleaners.
Yeah, that's where
They do three cycles through.
Well, I was gonna say they actually don't actually clean your stuff. They try to, but they don't. They don't actually
Right.
do it. They try three times too, but they don't. They never. They try three times and then they give up. But it's a good attempt though. It's nice to see. I don't know. I do it because I want to encourage them.
Yeah.
To eventually maybe clean something. It's more of a charity. But yeah, I did that. I got my stuff cleaned. So all my stuff is cleaned. I just did a full clean of everything. And I know some people might be thinking, so you didn't go to the dry cleaners. You didn't clean your clothes during the pandemic. Well, the truth is, I wasn't really wearing a lot of outside clothes. You know what I mean? I was wearing a lot of pajamas and stuff most of the time, or sweat clothes, and I would wash in the regular washing machine.
Hmm.
But I wasn't going out much, so I
Oh,
wasn't really wearing. I wasn't going out really at all, except for to the store at night. And actually even then, I would still not even. I would essentially wear. I wouldn't wear pajamas, but I wear these old. I just wear these old clothes to just throw on and to go to the store. Point being is I wasn't really wearing the clothes, so they weren't really getting dirty anyway. But I did a full clean of everything. Speaking of clothes, I'd like to
well,
talk about.
I was just gonna say,
Oh yeah, how are you?
people ask me how I am, and I say, "Oh, great," but I haven't. I've been bad. Like the last few weeks, I've been
Well,
bad.
why is that?
Well, maybe we'll hold off for this later, but I just been bad. I've been like having anxiety, mentally
Oh,
been bad.
oh
Signed up
no,
for therapy. I've been doing therapy.
no kidding. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
no.
doing like bad.
Wow, wow,
I'm
gee
doing
whiz.
better. I was doing bad a few weeks ago, but I'm better now.
No kidding, huh? Undetected by me.
I know because I know how to. Well, when I'm doing the podcast, I'm in a good mood. I'm happy.
Oh, okay, good.
But when I'm in here by myself, I start to like. I think that's taking its toll on me being uh, just living alone and I don't know, maybe having nothing much to do during the week. I try to do things.
I feel like
I
you
have these projects I do for myself.
I feel like you do a lot, and I feel like also definitely more than me, you've hung out with people and stuff, and you know, you saw people
I
during
know.
the
I
week.
wish I could be as comfortable with nobody around as you are.
But I don't feel that way. I don't
Well,
feel
I think
alone.
maybe you make a lot of calls and
Yes.
you're reaching out to people.
Yes.
I'm not. Um, I'm not doing that as much as I should.
Ah, you got to get on the horn. And the or our friend Andrew, he did a thing where every Thursday there was a hangout on Zoom that people could just come to if they
I
wanted to.
know he invited me a few times, and then I was always doing something. Cause see, here's the thing: at night, I'm fine. I'm having a great time at night. I usually go skateboarding or something, or I was doing walks in the evening. But for some reason, during the day, especially when it's nice and I'm here by myself, it just feels like the walls are closing in on me, and I'm like, I'm I'm losing it.
Hmm.
And like today's Thursday, today's Friday, and I had this chest pain on my right side of my chest on Monday, and then it didn't go away on Wednesday. It was still here. So then I thought I made a doctor's appointment to for today, or maybe it was yesterday. But then I
No,
looked up,
yesterday.
and it was actually like next next Thursday. And that's a shots fired for me. Is that if you're sick and you have a doctor, a general practitioner, you're like, I gotta go to the doctor. They're booked. You have to like book it. They're like, oh, maybe next Friday. That's their first available at 7:30 a.m. And I'm like, but I'm sick now. By the time next week rolls around, this issue that I'm like all worried about now is gonna be over,
Or I'll be dead.
or I'll be dead. Yeah, I was convinced.
And you'll have blood on your
I
hands.
start to get paranoid. I'm like, I definitely have. I'm having a heart attack. I got cancer or whatever. So I went to um the doctor. You can do what's that called? Where you can.
Teledoctor?
It's not a emergency room, but it's a urgent care.
Ah.
They got urgent care. I went there, and that doctor was cool as hell. He's like, I got to make sure you're okay. He's like, we're going to give you an EKG. We're going to X-ray your chest. We're going to take a blood sample. They took my blood pressure. They're like, that's a perfect blood pressure. He took the EKG. They're like, everything's normal. No problems. He looked at the X-ray of my chest. He said, there's nothing wrong with your lungs or anything. He said, there's nothing wrong with your heart. There's nothing wrong with your lungs. So I don't know what it is, but I've been playing a lot of tennis, so it could be some kind of like strained thing.
What
And
if
it's only on the right, and then my wrist, my elbow, I'm getting kind of a tennis elbow. So it could be just that. But you know how like you have a pain and you start to like think it's something else,
maybe
psychosomatic.
do you think it's maybe some kind of panic attack or something like that? Or
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean that could be related to it. I think I felt a little pain in my chest, and then I started to have a mild panic attack. I'm like, I'm definitely it snowballs, you know.
well, no, I was saying that the pain itself is the panic attack.
Yeah, but I still have it today. Today's Friday, and it started Monday.
I know. What I'm saying is maybe you're panicked. It's a prolonged panic for the whole week.
Could be. I think I got to get it. I think I just need to I need a vacation.
I need the
Gotta leave.
vacation.
I just got to get out of town or something.
I need the vacation. What is
I
that
need the
from?
vacation.
What is that from? Do you know the movie? Name the movie.
Uncle
I need
Buck.
the vacation.
Uncle Buck. I don't know.
Who do I sound like? I need the vacation.
Oh, Arnold.
Yeah. And
Commando, or it's
oh,
Kindergarten Cop.
it is Kindergarten Cop.
Nailed it twice.
Because I mean, what other
Second
movie
guess.
would he say that in? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that could be, in Commando or a lot of those movies of his, he'll kill someone and he'll have like, I remember he like jams a pipe into someone's chest and he goes, "Why don't you let off some steam?"
Yeah,
You
let
know,
off
he
some
might, maybe
yeah,
that's one of his like quotes
let
he
off some
uses
steam, Bennett.
when he kills someone. He says, "I need a vacation."
Right, but
He's
the way
murdering someone, and he's like, his the last thing he says to them before he kills them is, "I need a vacation."
but I don't think the way delivered it though just now was a little more comedic than an action movie. I mean, Kindergarten Cop has action actually, but it was a little more, I need the vacation. It was more just he actually was exhausted and he wasn't making a joke, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so I think that you know that was a good clue that it was he was dealing with kindergartners.
Hmm.
But anyway, so well, yeah, I mean, do you want to talk more about that or did you yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, sure. Do you have any questions? I'll answer.
okay, so
There is something personal that is contributing to my anxiety that I need not. It'll just be like a relationship kind of thing, you know, that is was stressing me out. Oh, dude. Okay, I got to tell you about something that happened. This reminds me, I got to check my traps. But
oh gosh, traps.
so you know how I reorganized my house. I painted my front door, right? Because it was like 10 years of scuffs on the front
Mm,
and bringing the bike in and out. So like the door was white and it had like tire marks and stuff. So I painted the front door black and it looks cool.
mm,
But there was like that sweep that's at the bottom of the door.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of like it just
I know, I know all about it.
yeah. For those who don't know, it's that thing at the bottom that it kind of closes the gap between the door and the floor. So breathe like air. It kind of insulates it from air and then also bugs and stuff that could crawl through.
That's right.
Well, the house is like almost 100 years old, so there was kind of a big gap at the bottom on one edge of the door. And I didn't really think about it. The sweep thing was like all bent up, so I was like, I'll replace it sooner or later. I'm sitting over here, and I see something crawling across the floor
Oh goodness.
late at night, and I'm like, oh my god, it was like a beetle or a roach or something. I got it out. 5 minutes later, a cricket comes crawling by. It was like
The same night.
just yeah, like 5 minutes later, they crawling under the door. I got the cricket out of here, and then I swear, 5 minutes later,
No way.
I could have sworn I saw a mouse. It was like dark. It was crawling across right here.
Huh.
And I went to code red. I got out this high powered flashlight. I'm looking everywhere. I couldn't find it. But then I got these I fixed the door. I got this sweep. I don't know what you call it. It's hard to see. It's a super thick
It's a
foam
thick sweep.
kind of,
It's a thick sweep.
nothing's coming through anymore. But I got these mouse traps. I forgot. I haven't checked them in days. Should I see if there's something in there?
Okay. So Doug went to go check to see if there's mice in the mouse trap, and he's gone off on this quest to find the secret mouse. Let's hope there's nothing in there. And as it turns out,
Okay, they're both empty. They're like these humane mouse traps.
yeah, I figured.
It goes into a little house and then uh so maybe maybe the mouse, maybe I did see a mouse, but it left out the same crack that night. I don't know.
So let me ask you something, Doug. But that beetle, by the way, that roach, it looked more like a roach.
I think it was a roach. It's like what, you know, those in LA, you'll see them crawling around on the sidewalk. You know, one
Those
of
those gigantic roaches.
the outdoor roaches. Yeah,
Right, those
it
big
wasn't
ones.
huge, but it was like I think it was one of those.
Ugh.
You see that
And
butterfly net? I used that, and I just scooped him up and threw him out.
really, and then the cricket was a big cricket,
Yeah,
or was it a grasshopper?
I think the cricket showed up because it knew I was going to tell some jokes.
It wanted to get a good seat. Okay, so here's the question. Here's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
Was that contributing to your anxiety this week? That there was this hole that things were coming through?
No.
Okay, and two,
If anything, that'll make me feel more alive and
oh, okay.
help out.
And did you feel but did you feel scared at all being by yourself in the house and these things were coming in? Or did that make you feel like you had company?
That night I was a little scared. I was I shut my bedroom door, I locked it.
Did you feel kind of okay, so you felt
Well, I don't think a cricket is gonna come into my bed under my covers, or a mouse, because they're not gonna I didn't they don't do that. They don't come into a bed.
but you did feel the need to lock your door.
I don't know why I locked the door. It's just
Well,
you could probably
mice
still
can be
go under
very
it, there's no
mice are crafty, they can crawl up,
uh-huh.
they can crawl vertically on stuff, and then they can get in there with their little claws and get in the
Oh,
little
also, I checked all my food. My pantry is up. There's no way to crawl to it. So I checked out. I didn't see any droppings. You look for the droppings, to see where they're hanging out. I didn't see any droppings anywhere. So
well, if you're looking for a dropping, you got to look on Tuesdays.
I could have saw.
You look on Tuesday. That's when they
Oh,
release. That's when albums. That's when they
that's when they
drop.
drop. Yeah.
That's when they drop on Tuesdays. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. We can move on here.
Well, well, look, I'm sorry that you've been feeling not so great.
Yeah, this is like the worst mental state I've been
That's crazy to
in my
me.
life.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a depressed person, but the last few weeks I am.
And you
I
feel
think I'm having some kind
wow.
of it's like an existential crisis.
Does it have to do with I mean, you had a birthday a couple months ago. I mean, does it have anything to do with that at all?
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah, probably. I feel like I'm old. I got nothing going on. My dreams are shattered.
shattered. We got a movie in the works.
Shattered dreams. Shattered. Isn't that a song? Nothing but a shattered dreams.
Right, that's right.
Shattered
Yeah.
dreams.
Right, that's right. That's correct. Look, we got a movie in the works here, we got
I know.
you also seem to have a lot of friends and stuff, you hang out with people and you're buying land. I mean,
Dude, do you know who wrote the song Shattered Dreams?
Prince.
You know it's not Prince.
Well, it's some kind of a British brand, some kind of British new wave 80s band, right?
That's a good song. It's kind of like that new romantic sounding.
You're right, new romantic.
Try to guess the name of the band. It's 3 words.
Flock of Seagulls?
Oh, I'm into that band. I'm into this song.
I
Guess
can
what?
guess
I
it.
like this song. It's
Is
called.
it Wait, don't tell me the band.
Okay. It's
Flock of Seagulls?
no,
Pet Shop Boys.
no. I think it's a weird band name, and I think they must be a one-hit wonder.
Kajagoogoo.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Mr. Pemberton and a type of music. He dislikes a type of music that you like a lot.
He dislikes him. Really interesting. That's very interesting. Is it something like Johnny loves somebody?
Very close.
Johnny goes to Hollywood.
No.
Johnny loves?
No. He dislikes.
Oh, Johnny hates.
Yeah.
Johnny hates disco.
A type of music you like.
Johnny hates jazz.
That's the name of the band. Johnny Hates Jazz.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. Wow, that's interesting. I've never heard of that. Wow. Huh. Well, hey, look, let me tell you one last thing.
I'm into that song.
If you're ever feeling
I think
kind
I
of
need to
like,
start DJing more. I think I need to start living my life more. Yes, Brent.
if you're ever feeling, down or whatever, and it's during the daytime, I guess, was when you feel that way, give us a call.
You'll be asleep.
I might be asleep. I'm trying to not be asleep though during the day. Are you? What time are you talking over here? 8 a.m.
No, it's usually like midday.
Give us a call.
I think I need to I think I
Give
need
us
to
a
like
call.
switch up my schedule. I think I like to do I think being in here during the middle of the day, I need to be out of my house.
Hmm.
I got to be gardening or something. I got to do something
You should
else.
just switch to my schedule. Then we can get on the phone late
I
night.
think I might have to I might start doing that. You know what?
Really?
I wake up so early.
What time do you
I
get
go
up
to
these days?
bed at like 11:30, 12 typically, and I get up when the sun comes up, like dawn, like
Hmm.
6 o'clock.
That ain't gonna work.
That's just when my body wakes up.
Hey, I guess you're just letting your body do its thing, but
Then you know what? I put a hat on and I black out the light, and I'm like, I'm in a deep sleep after that.
well, look, if you want to be a real comedian, you got
Got
to
to
be
start
staying
black.
up.
I got to get the blackout curtains, huh?
You got to start going to bed at 2 a.m.
Do you have a window in your bedroom?
I sure do.
Do you have blackout curtains?
They're not blackout.
Well, how do you doesn't well, I guess I'm sensitive to light. So light wakes me up. How do
It gets
you
a little bit lit. I'm not that sensitive to light. I'm sensitive to sounds. So, or I mean, the sounds are going to wake me up, not the light. The light's not
ah.
going to wake me up. It's going to be construction going on outside or something or whatever. Or, um, you know, so I have earplugs for that. So I
Ooh.
do the same thing as you, but it's for my ears instead of my eyes.
Yeah, I got to remember to start the night off with the hat on. But then again, it might be gone. My hat might be off by the time I wake up.
Yeah, well, definitely the earplugs come out over time during the night, but the earplugs, you got to get plugged up in all parts of your body.
Sounds well, it's kind of quiet around here. Nothing. I guess Wednesday mornings I get woken up because the garbage truck comes by.
Garbage truck will do it
And
to you.
those guys
Yeah.
come so early.
They also make a lot of noise. They're
They're
just all
so loud.
banging around
They
and stuff.
come they're like at 6 a.m. They must start the day at like 4 in the morning. Unless my street is their first street of their route.
So you're thinking about going late nights?
Um Maybe we should start doing the Poundcast at night. But actually during the day is fine because it's something for me to do. You know,
Precisely.
I feel fine now.
You feel alive.
I feel alive. I think
So you,
being alone with my own thought, and I think maybe I might have to get a dog. Sorry, Brent. I might have to get another dog.
oh,
Just to have some kind of like energy, some kind of like life.
you're gonna
I need something to
disrespect.
talk to.
You're gonna be disrespect Bug like that?
Well, just no dog can replace Bug. But you know, I kind of have a line on a dog.
Oh no, a new dog.
Yeah, Brendan Walsh's brother-in-law or something found one, and they're looking for a home for it. It looked pretty cute. Might go
Oh,
check that out.
oh gosh, you're gonna get back into the whole dog thing. But think about this. Let me just say this. Think about this. Remember,
I
back.
love having a dog around. They're just like it's like something to keep you company.
Remember a year ago though, when it was or something like that. You were saying not a year ago, over a year ago. You were kind of into not having a dog. I mean, you were kind of felt free by that. You didn't have to get back home or whatever. You
Yeah,
had a
but
little
things
bit
are
more
different
freedom.
now.
No, but things are gonna
The
go
whole
back to
pandemic
that.
happened.
No, but the pandemic is waning. It's going to be over soon. In fact, come June, I mean, we're back in action here. And actually, Doug, I'll tell you what. You know what could work? Why don't we just start doing the podcast at the studio again at this point? And that will give you something to do, it'll give you somewhere to drive.
I don't mind doing it here. But I
don't
actually
either.
I have a podcast pitch for you, but we have to do it. We can't do it on the show, but remind me afterwards. A vision for how the podcast could upgrade, in my opinion.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
an
interesting.
upgrade.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Well, I had something I was
I
going
think
to
what we
talk.
should do, we should make the movie in August.
How are you going to have a
And
dog while you're making a movie? I mean,
well, there's dog watching services. Anytime I need, don't worry about it, Brent. I know
hey,
you're
I'll tell you
in a
what, I'll
tie.
tell you what, Doug. You know what? If a dog
What
maybe
if a dog makes me happy and it
yeah,
makes
I mean,
me
look,
gives me
I
a
was
little
just going to say
companionship?
if a dog makes you happy and fulfills the and it takes care of the anxiety, maybe it's part of the thing you've been feeling, and it brings you makes you feel more alive, and you have something during the day to do something with, and hey, you know what, get a dang dog. And if you love having a dog, then do it. That's your passion.
I saw this chart. I thought it was pretty cool. Can you see that?
Happiness chemicals and how to get them.
Yeah, so
Dopamine.
these are the natural chemicals. We got dopamine, oxytocin, endorphin, and serotonin. Okay. Uh, Dopamine, eating food, achieving a goal, getting enough sleep, having a bath. I do that. I think I get the dopamine. Endorphins, exercising, laughing, listen to music. I exercise, I go skateboarding, I play tennis. I think I'm covered on that. Now, the oxytocin, that is what I'm lacking, I think. That is the love hormone. So, okay, dopamine is the reward chemical,
Wait.
endorphin
Okay.
is the painkiller, and
Uh,
serotonin is the mood stabilizer. Maybe I can use some of that too.
wait.
But
What is it?
oxytocin, socializing. Maybe I could socialize more, get on the horn. Physical touch, I ain't getting that.
Oh, I mean, you probably get it more than me. I mean,
Okay, well, maybe you don't.
No,
You're
look,
wired
don't get me
differently. You don't
wrong.
need it.
No,
But look,
don't get me wrong.
also on
I
this
wouldn't
list,
mind.
petting animals. Okay, I can get the oxytocin from petting animals, helping others. Yeah, I should start helping others. Hell yeah, I should. How am I going to help others? I help others all the time. This
You can
show
help.
helps others. Okay, so serotonin, sun exposure,
Uh-huh.
mindfulness, and nature walks.
Hmm.
Um, I think I'm getting. I think I'm
Hey,
getting.
you're covered, baby. You covered.
I just gotta get the oxytocin.
You just got to get touched in the right place.
I gotta get touched.
So if you could get touched, where would you want to be touched? On your neck, shoulders, back, what?
Probably in the
Cheeks?
penis.
The penis? Cheeks, the penis, the balls?
Probably on the
Whatever.
cheeks.
What do you like getting touched more, your balls or your penis? I don't know. If you could pick, if you could only be
We're
touched
not
on,
in after dark yet. Okay.
I know, I know.
Name.
Anyway, you said penis first. Okay, look, let me talk about this. I have a bone to pick with, I have a bone to pick.
Pick it.
Reebok.
Yeah.
I'm upset with Reebok right now.
The company.
Yeah,
Why?
I'll tell you why. I've been with Reebok for almost 20 years now.
You've been with Reebok for almost 20 years now.
Yeah, I've been wearing the same shoe from that's made by Reebok
Right.
for
What's that model called that you wear?
it's called the Club C85.
Club C85 is the name of that model.
Yes.
Okay.
And I've been wearing this shoe since I think 2004 is when I switched to Reebok. So almost 20, 17 years or whatever. And it's the shoe that I can always count on to be the same thing, and I can count on it, and I like the shoe because it's simple. They're simple white shoes that are just kind of classic and simple. And I like that. And I know they've gotten hugely popular in the last, 3 to
I
4
know.
years.
Everyone's wearing them now.
Everyone's wearing them now, and I kind of don't love that because people might look at me and think I'm being trendy.
Make you look like you're some trendy guy.
Yeah, it makes it look like I'm being trendy, but I've been doing this since 2004. Okay,
Huh.
back when they were sold at Sears, and only real men wore them. Now it's a bunch of kids wearing these shoes. But anyway, um, so but whatever, I don't care that much. They're simple shoes anyway. My point is this: I could always count on them. It's been a couple years since I bought my last pair, and I was looking at my shoes, and there's getting to a point where, and I wasn't really wearing my my shoes that much anyway this last year, but I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, yeah, I think I need to get a new pair. So I got a new pair, and I got them. I got I got the Club C85 as
Did
I
you
usually do.
go to the mall or did you just order them because you
I
know what
ordered
size?
on I ordered it on Amazon.
Gotcha.
I get the shoe and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, this ain't right. Something's off here.
Uh-huh.
I started looking at it. I started noticing there's difference. They're different. They started making them different,
Oh no. They changed the
and
formula?
they changed the formula, the
Oh,
recipe.
what did the
So
recipe?
the tongue is thicker now. I looked at the shoe and I thought, wait a second, are these the Club C85s?
Mm-hmm.
This looks like the Club C regular. So, okay, let's take it back a little bit. Back, before this happened, there was another shoe called the Club C, not the Club C85, which had a higher cut profile. So like the heel part of it is a higher cut. Maybe this is boring, I don't know. But and they were just a little bigger and kind of clunkier. It kind of, and I didn't get that. The 85 is a lower cut.
Gotcha.
Anyway, the new ones look like they took, okay, there was one other shoe I'll mention, which was the Club C 85 Vintage, which was it was basically the Club C 85, but it had this sort of yellowed look to it. You buy it like that. It looks kind of like, yellowed. I never got that. But anyway, the new shoe looks like they took elements from the Club C and kind of put them into the 85. And so the tongue is thicker, and I don't like that. And the shoe is sort of bulkier overall, and it almost is, and it just feels like a cheaper quality. The sole seems cheaper, the insole, and there's just different things about it that look kind of cheap and don't. And I tried them on too, and it didn't feel quite right. And I thought, gee whiz, this shoe gets popular all of a sudden, and now they're making the shoe cheaper, and they're changing up the design when they got popular. What happened? And then they also, and I think the prices have gone up on them too. So that's just annoying to me that the price went up, the quality is cheaper. They changed the look to look kind of clunky, and it kind of reminds me almost. It's not to this extreme, but those Filas that are, those those are also popular in the last couple of years. Those really clunky looking Filas.
Wait, so they're like that?
Well,
They're
I'll
thicker
show
like
you
that?
what they're like. What?
You want to call Reebok right now and see what's up?
I did call them already,
You
actually.
did?
Yeah.
I was about to call them right now.
They
What did they say?
said that I said, "What's up with the new? Can I get the older style of the 85?" By the way, let me just say one last thing before I talk about when I called them. Is that the only shoe now that has the lower cut is the Club C 85 Vintage. That maintained the lower cut, but that has this yellow look to it. Not yellow, but it's a yellowed like off-white look to it that I feel that seems artificial to me. It looks like it's this worn look that it's like, to me, that's like buying jeans that already have holes in them to begin with or something like that, or have a tattered look.
I'm
It's
looking at them
weird.
now. I think you could wear those. Those look.
Nah, trust me.
I'm
I
looking
know
at
that
them. They look fine.
I know that
I
you.
know what you're saying. They're not white. You want that white.
Oh, you're saying the vintage ones.
I'm looking at Club C85 Vintage. Yeah.
Yeah. No, honestly, if I'll finish the story. If everything fails, I will probably go with the vintage, even though I don't love that, you know. I probably will go with the vintage in the end. But I'm disappointed in Reebok for changing it up. One thing I don't like about the vintage is the logo on the back. It's a kind of a thinner logo, and it has a registered, the kind of registered trademark symbol, the little R with a circle on it. I don't like that either. I think that doesn't look great. And I don't want that yellowed look, that looks artificial. It looks like I'm wearing designer jeans that are ripped.
Brent, let me ask
Anyway,
you this. Can I
now,
ask you something?
yeah.
Would you consider getting into an Adidas Continental?
Well, look, to be
Do you know what
honest,
those are?
Adidas?
Do you
No,
know what
but what do they look like?
they look like? Their take on the. I've seen people wear it, and I think they're the Reeboks, but then they're actually um, Adidas.
Well, the shoe that I was interested in a long time ago in the late 90s that I had seen, or actually early 2000s, I guess, that I thought looked good. 'Cause I used to go with Turntech, was before Reebok, I was with
Right.
Turntech.
I'll send you a
But,
link in the chat right now.
well, why don't you share it right now on the screen?
Sure. Hold on a second.
Uh, I I was thinking about the Adidas, the Rod Lavers. You know about the Rod Lavers?
Oh, I used to love Rod Lavers. I used like that's what I wore in Pound House. That was like my signature. I
Yeah.
had these gray ones that I liked,
Oh,
and
well, I like.
I could never find. Well, that's I've been through this, Brent, because after that, those were like the perfect color, and they had the gum sole, which I liked. And I could never find those anymore. So I understand your pain.
Well, I'm talking about the white, yeah, the white Rod Lavers. I thought they looked good, but I actually did look into getting a Rod Lavers, and I tried them on. I might even bought a pair, but I returned them. It didn't feel right on me. I just didn't. It wasn't feeling me, quite. It wasn't quite feeling me.
Okay. Well, sometimes Brent. I don't know why. Every time this happens, I can't share my screen.
Okay, let's take a look.
It
Let me
gives
take
me
a look.
the warning sign, and but I sent you the link there. You could take a
Let's
look
take
at these.
let's
Take a
take a
look at
look
these.
at.
Take.
Let's
I
check.
feel like
Here,
I'm the
I'll share
guy
my.
at the shoe store. You know what you want, but they're like, why don't you try these on? Check these out.
Let me see what this is. See,
Check these out.
well, look, honestly, look. Yeah, I
I know
mean,
it
look,
has. You probably want them all white, but I'm sure they make them without that stripe. But they don't have the
I'm
three stripe. I like how they're. I don't like Adidas. I don't like the three stripes. So these don't have the three stripe. They're
right. You don't like the three stripes.
right.
Um,
I'm not huge on that
there's
three
something
stripe.
about this that just isn't right for me.
All
I'll
right.
tell
Well,
you
look,
what it
I
is.
tried. I tried.
No, no, thanks. I mean that. No, you were close, but something about I don't know. Something about this just don't look right.
You
It.
want
You know
that
what's funny
breathable?
though?
It's breathable.
But I will say they are very similar to the. They are kind of similar to the Club C85.
I'm. Oh, what about a Stan?
A Stan Getz.
What's his last name? Stan Smith. Check out the Stan Smith.
Send me a link.
Okay, hold on.
Um, here's so this is what happened. I called them Reebok.
Dude, you got to get the Stan Smith. That's a classic look, dude.
Let's see. Let's take a peek here.
Here, you want all white or do you want the classic green trim?
Give me the all white. Let's see what it looked like.
Okay, 1 second.
Um,
I used to wear these too. These used to be. I had many pairs of the Stan Smith. They're if you're wearing Rod Laver, you're gonna be wearing Stan Smith. The same kind of person is gonna wear this.
oh, this is definitely not me right here. I have to say. Oh, whoops. Here, let me share it real
I'm trying to
quick here.
help.
No, I love it. I like the help. I think it's fun and cool, but this is not me. This just looks like this is not me. You know what I mean?
What
Could
is
you
it
really
too
picture
cool?
something
They're
about
too
it looks
sporty. It's
too
too sporty.
actually in a way it looks too futuristic in a way or something. You know what I mean?
Those are classics, dude. They're from like
Oh, is that right?
yeah. This is a
Something
classic
about
shoe.
something about it just don't look right to me. It looks kind of too. I don't know what it is. It looks too. Uh, they look almost like tap shoes or something like that. You know what I mean? Like white tap shoes. Or
Well,
I
hey, I
I,
tried.
I don't know, something about it. Look, can you really picture a man
Yeah,
in his
okay. You know what?
50s?
I can't see you wearing those. They're maybe they're too stylish.
They're kind of too much like a boxer would wear them or
Let me
something, you
try
know?
one more thing. I can find something that you're gonna love.
Maybe New Balance, the original white New Balance, maybe.
Well, that's funny because that's exactly what I'm looking up.
Really?
Yeah.
See, it's funny because in the 90s, New Balance became really popular. Do you remember that?
Wait, do you want like the
Not the big N on there. I don't want
do
that.
you
I
want the
could never
boring
do that.
ones that are kind of
I
let me
want
see
the ones
here.
that a man in his 50s would wear.
Uh-huh.
I'm not in my 50s, but you know,
Right. That's what
I can get that
you
look
want to
though.
get that look, that vibe.
I want to get that. I want to get that man, you know, that
I'm looking here. I'm trying to find the right
man in his
one.
50s or a man in his 30s in the 80s
Uh-huh. What about Nike?
or 40s.
There's some Nikes you might like too.
I used
But
to
you know
be.
what? You could probably find those Reeboks. People will have the old stock. It'll be like
That's
the old
yes.
model or whatever,
Well,
you know?
here's what I'm getting to. That's what I'm getting to. I went on Zappos.com. Okay,
Okay.
Zappos. I went on Zappos.
You
I
got to
went.
go to eBay for that kind of thing.
Well, I went to Zappos.com.
Just buy up a
And
bunch of old ones, have a few for the next few years.
oh, if this works out, and I'm supposed to get the shoe today. In fact, they might even be delivered now. I should
Ooh.
check. I have to check to see if they're delivered now. But I went to Zappos
Hmm.
and I asked Zappos, "What shoe do you have?" And Zappos said to me, "Well, we have a Reebok shoe." And okay, no, look, this is what happened. I went on Zappos and I was looking for the older stock, you know, the older version of the Club C85, and the pictures they show on Zappos show what I want. Okay, they're showing the older
You could
style.
tell by the photo it's the old style.
Yeah, and I called them. I called Zappos and I called up Zappos and I said, "Are your photos up to date?" And he said, "Yeah, they should be up to date. I update them myself. I am Zappos. I update the photos myself." I said, "Okay, I just want to make sure because there is a newer version of this shoe, and I want to get the older version." And the photos you're showing is he said, "Yeah, the pictures of what they saw. You see the picture of the older style, then that what you should get." I don't fully believe. I don't know if he's right about this, the pictures being updated or not, or being current. Or I mean, if the shoes are actually selling what they're saying they are. So I ordered them from Zappos, and of course I returned the shoes, the ones that I got from Amazon, the newer style, and I'm getting them today, and we're going to see if they are what the picture says. I hope so. And then if that's the case, Doug, I'm going back on Zappos, and then I'm going to probably buy 3 pairs of these.
Yeah, get them lined up for the future.
Now, let me tell you what happened when I called Reebok.
I would love to find your new shoe, I got some more ideas coming. But what
Here's the
happened when
thing.
you called Reebok?
I called Reebok and I called up Reebok. Reebok answered. He said, "Hello, my name is Reebok. How can I help you?" I said, "Hi, Reebok. This is Brent. Look, I've been with you for almost 20 years. Now, can I, what's going on with the older style? I mean, I noticed that the shoe has changed recently. And, you know, I want, can I, is there anywhere at Reebok where I can get the older style of the Club C85?" And he said, he honestly said this. He said, "To be honest with you, I've gotten 4 calls about this same thing today."
Whoa.
So other people are calling about this apparently. Now, I don't know. Maybe that's what they tell their customer service people to say, that, hey,
Well,
you're,
that's a good sign because if they get enough complaints, maybe they'll
yeah,
run the old recipe.
that's what I'm,
Remember when they did Coke 2 and then so many people complained that they like made it go classic and then
well,
that was almost like a stunt where they like pissed people off a little bit, they think, to make
hmm.
them realize that they love the original recipe way more.
Well, you know, what's interesting is tender. Oh, that's interesting to kind of make you miss it. They kind of wanted you to miss it, I guess.
Yeah.
But Tender Greens did that too, because do you recall how you introduced me to the fried chicken at Tender Greens, and at that time in the early teens, the early tens, it was the best fried chicken I'd ever had in my life, and I owe it to you because I never bought chicken there. I only just got the salads, and then you made me start eating meat there. Isn't that weird? But anyway, um,
Well,
I
now it's not an issue for me because I'm not touching this stuff anymore.
right. So at one point, I just had noticed that the chicken wasn't as good there, and I said, okay, maybe it was an off day. I don't know. And then it happened a second time, and then a third time, and I said, something's wrong here. This is not it's not good anymore. What happened? I even tried it a fourth time, and then I said, it's over. It's not good anymore. I
What was
stopped
different
getting.
about it?
I don't know. It just was made differently, and it didn't
Was it
taste.
the flavor or the crunch or
It
the
was the flavor, the crunch, the whole thing, and I thought something seems different. It seems cheaper, and it's funny. It was the same thing with the shoes. It seemed cheaper quality. It seemed not as good. So I stopped eating the chicken there. A couple of years pass or something, and I see the sign up at Tender Greens, and it says, we've heard the complaints and we're changing it back to the old recipe. They did change the recipe. They actually changed the recipe, and they said, look, we've heard your concerns and we're changing it back to the old recipe. And I said, wow. And so I got the chicken, and I and it's, to me, to be honest, it doesn't seem exactly the way it was originally, but it's good enough to eat. It's good enough for me, and I get it.
it's back. Okay.
It's kind of back. It's pretty much back. But it's
That,
interesting though that I thought to myself, something seems different about this chicken, and I was right. It wasn't just my imagination.
can you check out these shoes I sent and see if you like something like
I'm
this?
about
But
to.
maybe share the screen.
I'm about to. Now, what song is that from? Oh my God.
Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to.
You got it right. Oh my God, that is funny, man.
You wear these?
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, it's like they're so white that they're transparent.
Yeah, for those
Listening.
listening, these are see-through shoes, and the person wearing them has no socks on, so it's just bare feet. But they look like they're very similar to those Reeboks, right? It's kind of the same
Well,
white. I mean, of course they're not the same, but it's the same
but what would it look like with?
low
I want to
top
see.
white sneakers with
I want to
clear.
see. I want
It's
to see what they look like
disgusting.
with. It's almost like they look like they're incubating his feet.
Right. I think they're her feet, but you never know.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, unless the man wears painted toenails.
Oh, they. I thought there was just okay,
You think?
but I would like to see what they look like with socks on.
Now that would be good. For some reason, this is like more disgusting than if they were just wearing flip flops. You know,
Well,
something
you know
about them
why?
being cased in there with the steam and everything, and
Yeah, no, exactly.
you could see them. You could see them getting all fungal.
Well, with rubber thongs, yeah, they're getting plenty of air. And here, it is this weird fungal bubble that where it's creating this humid environment inside their shoe. That's gross. Although seems like there are air holes around in here and stuff. You see the air holes?
Um,
Air
yes,
holes.
I know those air holes don't do anything. All right. Well, look, we've gone an hour, but we should
Okay.
we should
Well,
not end on
shoes. Let me just say this
We
about the
should we'll do
Reebok
a
thing.
couple more things that I had written down that I wanted to talk about.
The guy on at the Reebok, he told me that I said, is there anywhere I can get the older style of this, and then he said, you can try Foot Locker. So I don't know, I tried calling Foot Locker, they don't answer their phone there. It's annoying. And he said you got to go in the store and ask them for the old style. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's a little tip for anybody who's looking for the old style of Reeboks. Hey, that's a word out to that's why I wanted to talk about this, by the way, Doug. I want anybody who agrees with me about Reebok and they want the old style of the Reebok back, a shoe I counted on for years. That's why I picked Reebok, because it was consistent and I could count on it year after year. And I can't anymore. Why do people change things that you like? There's a reason I was with Reebok for almost 20 years, is because I like what they have here. Now you're changing it up on me? I don't like that. I hate that. Change it up on me after 20 years. Okay. If anybody agrees with me, call your local Reebok and make the complaint. Or just call Reebok customer service and make a complaint. Let's complain enough about this. And you know what? Even if you don't care about it, do it for me. Do it for me. Because I want my old Reebok back. I want my Reebok back. I want my Reebok. Okay? That is
I mean, that is, I understand that, Brent, but that is kind of sad that you only have one shoe that you've worn for 20 years. Like, I like to get a new style. I mean, I've gotten, repeat ones that I like, but I like to, I don't know, part of the fun. There's so many. I just bought a new pair the other day. I won't show you because how, if I touched my shoe.
Oh, come off it. I mean, come on. Show me the dang pair, actually.
No, I got to go. I don't want to go. They're Hoka's. You know that brand Hoka?
No, I don't know what Hoka.
I can see you in some Hoka's.
Really? Hoka's?
No, I can't see you in some Hoka's.
More like Hoaxa. It's a hoax that shoe even exists. But
I thought, okay, so let's switch it up before we go into After Dark.
Okay.
I don't know. I just thought of this idea of a superhero that say somebody has to get their gallbladder taken out and they accidentally get their pee bladder taken out. So then the doctors are, I guess you had to be there when I was riffing on it. I was in the zone when I was talking about it.
I'm sure I'll find it funny.
Okay, so this superhero was created accidentally when he was getting his gallbladder taken out. They accidentally took out his bladder. And at the last, they're like, we're losing him. And then at the last second, they're like, route the piss through the gallbladder. Make that be his bladder, right? So then, 1 second. So then this guy gets stitched up and his piss is running through his gall. And so he has to pee kind of like a lot because this is a tiny bladder. So, you know what I mean? It doesn't, but he's also, here's his superpower is he's getting gallstones, or what are they called? Bladder stones, gallstones. He's shooting gallstones like a machine gun. That's his like weapon. So he can blast stones out of his penis.
And they're
and his name will be I wrote his name down. Stone Gallman. He got his bladders switched.
Well, wait a second, Doug. Can I ask a question, please?
See, I knew we were going on one-on-one, so I started writing down funny things. And this one, maybe it's not translating. Maybe you had to be there.
No. I like this. I think we can come up with a bunch of new superheroes. Maybe we do that during the After Dark segment,
Yeah. We'll do that. I have a couple more funny thoughts. But
part of me to really fully appreciate this superhero, Doug, is that I need a question answered, though.
What's the question?
This is probably a stupid question, but what is a gallbladder?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Okay.
Well, a friend of mine has to get his removed.
What is it? You don't know what it does and where it is.
I forgot. It's a 4-inch pear-shaped organ. It's positioned under your liver in the upper right section of your abdomen. The gallbladder stores bile, a combination of fluids, fat, and cholesterol. Bile helps break down the fat. The gallbladder delivers bile into the small intestine. So
bile.
It stores the bile.
Oh. Wow. So the gallbladder is kind of nasty.
It's kind of nasty. Bile.
So actually,
bile is just such a gross.
If you were to pee out of the gallbladder or have the gallbladder connected to your pee,
you'd be spraying bile.
You'd be spraying people with bile.
Oh,
It's like it's pee, it's bile and infused, or it's pee infused, or it's bile infused pee.
bile is a bitter greenish brown alkaline fluid that aids digestion. Yeah, dude, if you're spraying people with alkaline green brown fluid, that's kind of a good superhero power. Stone Gallman.
So somebody gets peed on when some robber or something like that, they get peed on, they go, oh, why is it brown? He's like, I'm Stone
Yeah, so
Gallman.
like Stone Gallman is walking down the street, he sees somebody getting mugged, and he's like, zip, and he runs over there, and he pees bile and shoots gallstones. Is that what they called, gallstones?
What are gallstones exactly? Are they maybe stones that get created from bile, maybe?
Let's check it out.
Gallstones.
Gallstones are hardened deposits of digestive fluid that can form in your gallbladder.
Yep.
Your gallbladder
Hardened
is,
bi-
yeah. So I guess these
Basically, they're like
stones.
bile rocks.
Well, you know how like an oyster is like something that develops, or a pearl develops in an oyster and it's a precious thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they make gallstones? Why don't they have gallstone necklaces? You know,
Correct.
it's a
Correct.
similar deposit. It's a hardened deposit that's formed over time inside of a body
That's
cavity.
very true. Very true.
Now, yeah, gallstones are
kidney stones,
and kidney stones too.
Kidney stones too.
Imagine a necklace of kidney and gall, like alternating stones.
Oh my God, that'd be crazy.
I'm gonna pull up some images here. We got the galls. Oh my God, you should see these stones, dude.
Wow.
We'll show these, dude. These stones are insane.
Yeah, why aren't they more precious, you know? But imagine if they were, people would be purposely trying to get kidney stones all the time.
You gotta check out these stones, and I'm gonna look at kidney stones, see which ones are more beautiful. Oh, nasty, dude. The galls are more beautiful. They're like polished, and the kidney stones are more. They look like boogers.
I've seen kidney stones. My friend had some.
They look like boogers, dude.
Let's take a peek. Let's get a quick peek.
It's harder to find
at the stones.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find a lot of these links have like one or two stones.
The way of the stones.
But the okay, here you go. Here's kidney.
And what other kind of stones can you get from your body?
Good question.
What are all the stones, and can I collect them all?
Let's collect them all.
Oh my gosh, these are, what kind of stones are these?
Okay, the first link is kidney.
These are kidney stones?
Those jagged, nasty ones.
Wow,
Pull
I'm
it
about
up.
to share.
Pull it up. Share the screen.
I'm about to.
Okay, those are kidney.
Huh. Interesting stuff. Do you want me to get closer?
They look more like fossils. They look like Jurassic, like something you would. Those are small. Look how small they are. That's 1 inch. So
right.
You can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6 stones side by side in a 1 inch.
I mean, that is a lot of that. I mean, those
look jagged and gnarly. Now pull up the gall. Now pull up the gall.
Oh, you got gall for me?
Yeah, the second link is the galls. The galls are more beautiful. Well, they're both kind of beautiful.
Wait, hold on.
The galls are more like polished, like river stones. No, I think the first one is the gall, maybe.
Oh no, those were gall. Wait, no, those were kidney stones. Hold on. No, you didn't send me the right link, I think. You sent it again.
Okay. Here's the galls. Look how smooth and beautiful these are.
I'm about
that link?
to. Yeah, I saw it. Hold on. I'm getting there. I'm just looking for the. Oh, whoa! These are nice.
Aren't these nice?
These are.
Oh, dude.
Hold on. I'm about to share this.
Don't click through those pictures.
Oh crap! I just did.
You can
Holy
see them in a
crappy.
bladder. There's a cross section of a bladder with the stones.
Wait,
But look how
what?
beautiful those are. Wouldn't you like that on a necklace?
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. I mean, let me
It's made
share
of
this.
hardened cholesterol. Gallstones are made of hardened cholesterol. That's why they're so beautiful.
Look at this, Doug. You're gonna. I mean, not Doug. I mean, listen, watchers here. Watchers beware. Watchers watch. Here we go.
Watchers beware.
Now look, this kidney stones. They're all jagged and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Take a look at these nice pearls, basically. Gallstones.
Look at those pearls are beautiful.
I'll zoom in a little bit more on this if I can. Look at that.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Those could melt in your mouth.
And they're big too. They're kind of much
I
bigger.
think, are we looking at centimeters or inches? If those are inches, those are giant.
Wait, those can't be inches actually, are they?
Well, the tape measure is not indicating whether that's metric or
Maybe they're centimeters.
It might be centimeters. Even if they're centimeters, they might still be bigger.
They still look beautiful to me. Wow, these.
But imagine, okay, Stone Gallman would be shooting those out, and those would leave a mark,
Sure. Well, I mean, look, I actually think these probably look more painful in a way because these are so jagged.
Yeah, the jagged.
These will cut people.
Yeah, but Stone Gallman, he doesn't want to kill anyone. He just wants to
Well, I say
he wants to send a message. And
to me, these gallstones, first of all, that's hardened basically poo in a way, right? Well, not poo, but bile. Well, I think we should start going into the jewelry industry here, and
yeah,
nobody's done this yet. Nobody's
is anyone
really
making on Etsy? Are they? First of all, how do you harvest these? You'd have to go to a hospital, and maybe when people are walking in, go down. What is down there?
do you want to see that?
I think that's is that a gallbladder with the stones inside it? Cross section.
It's interesting because it looks, penis.
We know what it looks like. It looks penile, but that's
looks like a penis and balls.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on here, though?
Yeah. So the body only makes two kinds of stones: kidney and gall. That's too bad. I wish we made more stones.
Oh, so here's where the gallbladder is. Now, where is this in a body? Oh, wow. It's actually kind of in the stomach area.
Well, that's the liver. It's below the liver, I think.
Oh, that's the liver there. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because the liver has bile. So maybe, I think the gallbladder, from what I understand, it stores extra bile, right?
Oh, it's bonus bile.
It's bonus bile.
This is a bladder there. And then
I wonder if you think this episode is entertaining?
Well, I think we're learning things.
We're learning stuff, and this is more of a.
And you're learning.
This is like a very special Poundcast. We kind of.
Well, you also learned about Doug a little bit, and.
Yeah, this is a very special Poundcast. Thanks for listening.
Can I ask you a favor of your dog when you get a dog, Doug?
Yeah.
Can you
keep it away from you?
Can you train your dog to not just run up and jump on somebody? Because I think owners don't do that enough.
Well, I wouldn't get a dog if it was that kind of dog. I have to go check it out and feel it out. If it's
I like chilled out dogs that are shy, actually. I like that kind of dog.
Me too.
I think, look, this is what we need to do.
All right, let's go to After Dark. I think
let's go to After Dark, but I'll just say this last thing. We need to get into the business, the jewelry business, and we need to start making, let's make gallstones the next pearls.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make kidney stones something special.
Yeah, why do we have to go to the ocean, crack open these poor oysters for their pearl? We get them from humans that don't even want them anyway.
Let's get some gallstone jewelry made. Imagine a pearl necklace, but it's gallstones.
Imagine a
gallstone necklace.
Instead of a gold tooth, a gallstone tooth. That'll be that'll be like eco bling.
So
you got that bling. You got that.
Hey, look.
Maybe like a little earring. Would you have a gallstone on the ear?
Where else do people have pearls?
Oh, how about this? How
bracelet?
Some women will have it on their navel. kind of like a gem.
Oh, they do.
They'll have like a pierced navel with like they could put a gallstone there.
Mm.
That would
Yeah,
look
man. I
beautiful. Or
mean,
a
there's a lot of.
piercing, like a lip, like one of these piercings, and then put the gallstone on the mouth.
You could use them as earplugs if it's too loud in the morning.
Brent, would you date a woman if she was like perfect in every way, no pets, all your criteria, but she had a piercing here with a gallstone right on the eyebrow? It's the one thing.
I mean, okay, sure. Okay, I get some down. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
I
I
would
mean,
I would especially love it. That's beautiful. That's eco bling.
now, did the gallstones smell bad?
You could probably,
Clean it.
even if
Just.
they did, I bet you can polish them and kind of like put a nice layer of lacquer.
Mhm.
You know,
I think it's. I think we really are onto something here, Doug, and I'm
you
not
know what
even
I would
kidding.
like a pathway. People put gravel or like river stones. I would like them out on my landscaping, like a gallstone walkway.
Yeah.
I would have to
Imagine a
collect.
whole a rock fountain, and but it's all gallstones.
Think about all the gallstones that are thrown away and end up in our waste system. Hospitals are probably throwing out tons of gallstones
They're throwing away
every
money.
day.
They're throwing away money.
And we could be using that as an ecologically friendly, environmentally friendly material for walkways, sidewalks, you know.
Yeah, once again,
So
we come
another
correct.
once again, we have another great idea here.
Another great idea. It's just
This is just an idea
this
factory.
podcast should be called Dream Factory or Idea Factory because we come up with the best ideas.
Absolutely, Brent.
These are $1 million ideas here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, well, let's wrap up this episode.
We're gonna what are we gonna do in After Dark? We're gonna come up with superheroes.
I have some other things that I wrote down that we can talk about. Oh, and then we're
Oh, yeah.
gonna go to
Discord.
the Discord. There's plenty of interesting questions in the Discord for us. We'll get to that.
Let's do that. We'll do that.
Okay, I'll leave you with one more thought that I thought was kind of funny. I saw a guy doing nunchucks in the park.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were a kid, didn't you think nunchucks were cool?
Yeah.
Like, how could that actually work as a weapon? Because like when you hit someone, the chuck just kind of bounces off someone's head and probably smacks you in the face.
No, I
It's more of a
absolutely.
thing that you kind of swing around. But this guy was like in his 50s or 60s, and he's kind of like just doing nunchucks by himself. And I'm thinking, I said to my friend, "Oh, look, there's a ninja, right? We have a real life ninja over here," as a joke. But then I thought, wait, if it was a ninja, we wouldn't see him. And wouldn't it be funny if ninjas were amongst us? Like, you never see ninjas, right? That's their whole thing, is they're like slipping in and out and they're undetected.
Mm-hmm.
What if there was ninjas surrounding us at all times? There's another idea, another movie. There's another idea factor.
That's a great
movie,
idea. It's
a
a
movie
horror
idea where somebody discovers the ninjas. They find a way. They're kind of like a UFO hunter or something.
It's like they live, you know?
Yeah, it's like a they live, and turns out there's ninjas everywhere. What are they
Hey,
doing? They're creeping
check
around.
this out. Doug, check this out.
Yeah.
You're in your house. You know how you're by yourself? You kind of feel like, oh, I'm by myself.
Right.
But
I'm
there's
not.
actually there's a ninja behind your refrigerator and he's watching you.
I would feel better, like more human interaction. As long as
Imagine, Doug, that you think you're by yourself in your house, but there's 5 ninjas hiding in various spots. One of them is up on the ceiling, like in Hereditary.
he's like up there.
He's all
Like
watching
this.
you
He's like
from up there.
he's like up there in the corner.
Yeah, he's in the corner.
How about this? The Loneliest Ninja. It's about this ninja that's like assigned. I don't know. They assigned him to just creep in people's houses. This ninja gets lonely, and it knows it's like at my house, and it realizes that I'm lonely. It hears me on my podcast, and he just comes walking out. He's like, "Hey, I'm your ninja." Like, "Hey, Doug, I'm like, oh shit, what the frick?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's like, I'm your ninja. I just been, I've been hiding and silently just living in your house.
I've been in the closet sometime. When you
For
go get your
years.
clothes out of the closet, I'm there watching you.
I'm back. Yeah, you've never detected me, but I feel like I should say something. And I noticed you've been struggling with anxiety. So you want to go play nunchucks or something? I have.
Hey, do you want to go to the park? I have an extra pair of nunchucks if you want to, throw some around a little bit.
This movie's called My Ninja.
By the way, speaking of the guy who was in his 50s or 60s doing nunchucks, that guy sounds forever young in a way.
He kind of sucked at them. They were kind of flopping. They were like,
oh wait, were they?
He wasn't doing like the full like Bruce.
Well, wait, were they? Were they those black rubber ones? Those.
They might have been the foam, like
not rubber,
nunchucks,
foam. The black,
like the foam practice chucks.
Yeah, there's a. It's just plastic in the middle of it, and they're covered with foam. Because the nunchucks are supposed to just be actually hard wood, right?
Brent, you should get into Converse. Converse has some classic styles that you might like.
You know what I considered at one point in my life? I considered Simple. Simple.
There you go. I can see you wearing that brand. That's Larry
David's. I bought it. I bought it. I wore it. I thought, this is not me. This is not me. I didn't do it.
Okay. Just don't get Skechers, whatever you do, please. Those are like the ugliest.
I'm not gonna get Skechers.
Don't get Under Armour, please, Brent.
I'm not gonna get that. No way.
All right, let's go to After Dark. We gotta get to After Dark.
Hey, look, Doug, I thought it was a good episode, actually. So, I mean, it was.
This is a very special episode. I opened up about my feelings. People are probably going to start unsubscribing. Oh, these aren't the funny guys. This is not what I want to hear. Guess what? I don't care.
I actually thought there were some funny parts too.
No, there was funny parts. I'm happy with it. You know what? This episode made me feel better.
Good. See, there you go. It helped you.
It helped me, and that's all I care about.
You know what I mean?
And maybe someone listening will be like, you know what? I thought Doug was. I didn't know he was a human.
Right.
I didn't think he had actual human emotions and he can feel. I thought he's a happy-go-lucky guy.
By the way, speaking of human emotions, when we did that test, the Texaco test, Hexaco, right. I got low on sentimentality or whatever. I wasn't that low on it, but I think I am a sentimental person, actually.
Yeah, because you're sentimental about your shoes.
Exactly. I'm like nostalgic about things and about, different things. Reebok, the old Reebok.
Yeah, well, thanks for listening. If you want to continue listening, you can get instant access to the After Dark episode of this episode by going to patreon.com/Poundcast.
And one last thing I'll say.
Yes, one last thing.
Is that you know how this episode helped you? Well, maybe people are going to get, by listening to this episode, that further helps you, and therefore it releases endorphins for them. Or whatever it is. So there you go. You just got endorphed.
Yeah, maybe they just got dwarfed.
You just got dwarfed.
Dude, they got dwarfed. I like that.
And okay. And then and also thank you to the Poundcast team, which includes Chloe Benia, Jack Birch, and Jackie Montana. Jackie Montana runs the Instagram and Twitter pages for the Poundcast, and there's some great clips that she puts up on there that she makes.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Some great clips, and Jack does the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Big thank you to them, and big thank you to Louisville Vegan Foods for sticking with us through the thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
Go to LouisvilleVeganFoods.com and use the code word Poundcast. And enjoy a nice, delicious vegan jerky snack. There you go. We'll see you in After Dark, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye-bye now.
Doug and Brent talking to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about to Doug and Brent? Are talking to some pitbulls, Doug and Brent. We'll talk to their friends, and Doug and Brent talking on the